Everyone, this is Principal Silvestri. I'm doing my first video in this channel. I started creating slides for my students to help them with basic math concepts, but decided to just make them into videos to help anyone that needs the extra support. With further ado, let's start with our first video of the year, which is named The Missing Link with PEMDAS. All right. Now, by now, everyone should know what the order of operations is. We use PEMDAS to help us identify the order of operations. However, there's something missing. There's something missing, and the reason why a couple of simple math problems go viral is because that missing link is not clear when we start about our math foundation. All right. Take a look at these two problems. Problem number one gives you 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. And problem number two tells you 5 times 4 divided by 4 times 5. Now, again, every time I see these problems go viral, I think to myself, like, we are doing a disservice to our students. We need to make sure that it's very clear from the beginning how the order of operations works. By the end of this session, not this video, this is only part one. By the end of this session, you will be able to simplify this expression by using PEMDAS the proper way. Now, the missing link, if you notice, you see a L to R. Basically, that means left to right. All right, left to right is the order that we read numbers and expressions. This is also the missing link that PEMDAS doesn't clarify, specifically for interchangeable operations. Now, what do I mean by interchangeable operations? Addition and subtraction are interchangeable operations. That means that means that they don't follow one specific order. You could use either one of them depending on which one comes first. And the way we track this is by moving from left to right. Same thing with multiplication and division. They are also interchangeable. And the way we track these is by moving from left to right. All right. So if we go back to our PEMDAS, if you notice, multiplication and division are connected because we have to follow the one that goes from left to right first. Same thing as addition and subtraction. We have to follow the one that starts first when we read the expression. All right. So let's take a look at before we do that, let's analyze what PEMDAS is. It's a very famous acronym. Many teachers use the phrase, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, to make sure that people remember the different parts of the acronym PEMDAS. All right, PEMDAS is the roadmap. It helps us simplify math expressions. So whenever you want to simplify a math expression, you want to use PEMDAS. All right. The P in PEMDAS stands for parentheses. The E stands for exponents. The M stands for multiplication. The D stands for division. The A stands for addition. And the S stands for subtraction. But like we said previously, multiplication and division are interchangeable. So you have to see which one comes first when you go from left to right. Same thing for addition and subtraction. They are also interchangeable. So you have to see which one comes first when we go from left to right. Now, more important facts that we need to know about addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction are also inverse operations, which means that they actually cancel each other out when we need to. Okay, they reverse the effect of one another. So if I want to cancel something, I will use the opposite operation. This is something that you're going to need when we're doing multi-step equations. As of right now, this is something you need to understand, that addition and subtraction are inverse operation. They're also interchangeable. Okay, either one of them can go first. So to determine which operation goes first, you have to read the expression from left to right. So this is an example right here. You have 5 minus 3 plus 2. That is not equal to 0. All right, because if we apply the left to right rule, we start with 5 minus 3. All right, 5 minus 3 gives us 2, and then 2 plus 2 equals to 4. So whenever we have addition and subtraction, again, we have to make sure that we don't think that addition comes first. We have to make sure that we follow the left to right rule. All right. Also, another fact for addition and subtraction, in order for you to actually do those operations, you have to have like terms. All right. If you do not have like terms, it's going to be impossible to simplify the expressions. Now, all numbers are considered to be like terms. That is why you can add and subtract all numbers. All right. However, when you're dealing with variables or symbols, they have to be identical in order for them to be considered like terms. For example, if I have two capital letters, they have to be the same exact letters for you to do the operation. So capital A plus capital A, that's equal to 2A. However, if I try to add a capital letter with a lowercase letter, they are not identical. They are not the same. They're not like terms. Therefore, I cannot add a plus lowercase a. All right. You cannot simplify the expression any further. It stays as a plus a. All right. So that's something again that we are going to use when we start doing single steps and multi-step equations. We have to make sure that we understand that variables, they have to be identical before you could actually apply the operation. These are some key words that we have to identify when we're dealing with addition and subtraction. It's good to actually learn the language behind the operation. That way, when you start working with word problems, you are able to pick out the operations that you're being asked to do. So some key vocabulary words for addition, you have plus, more, sum, and total altogether, increase, increment, add, accumulate, combine, deposit. They're just some key words that will let you know that you are adding different terms. For subtraction, you will see minus, less, subtract, reduction, difference, decrease by, decrease, withdrawal, take away, net loss, deduct, or diminished. All right, so keep those in mind. All right, I will post this slides so you can have access to the slides and you could, peruse on your own at your own pace. These are just the same thing I just finished saying. All right, so are you ready to solve the first example? All right, 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1, is it 0 or is it 2? Take a second to do it solo, and then we'll see using the techniques that we learned, which is the correct answer. All right, by using left to right, we know that 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 plus 1. So if you go from left to right, you have 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So the correct answer is 2. Again, we have to remember that addition and subtraction are interchangeable, and you have to look at your roadmap and go from left to right to know which one comes first. All right, try these on your own. All right, there's 3 examples. Pause the video and try these 3 examples on your own to make sure that you are following along and you're understanding the concept. All right, so again, you go from left to right when you are dealing with addition and subtraction. So 10 minus 6 gives me 4. 4 plus 4 gives me 8. 8 plus 2 gives me 10. All right, same thing on the other side. You have 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And the last example, 6 minus 5 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. And 2 minus 2 is 0. All right, so keep practicing those type of problems because again, when you're dealing with addition and subtraction, you have to look at which one comes first when you look at them from left to right. Now, multiplication and division. Similar to addition and subtraction, multiplication and division are also inverse operations, which means that they reverse each other or they cancel each other out. They are also interchangeable. So that means that either one of them could go first, depending on which one you see when you look at the expression and you follow the proper way of reading the expression, which is left to right. For example, if you have 20 divided by 5 times 4, the answer is not equal to 1. If we apply the left to right technique, we know that 20 divided by 5 is 4, and 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, that is the missing link in PEMDAS. That is what some explanations do not show you, that you have to look at those 4 operations as interchangeable, and you have to look at left to right when you're dealing with them. Some keywords for multiplication and division, you have product, times, multiply by, or by a factor of, and division, you have per, quotient, goes into, divided by, contained in. So these are some keywords that are going to help you when we start unpacking word problems. This is just a map for you to see the different operations. All right, so back to the original problem. 5 times 4 divided by 4 times 5. Is my answer 1 or is my answer 25? All right, so following the left to right rule, we know that 5 times 4 is 20. 20 divided by 4 is 5. And 5 times 5 is 25. Good job for those of you that got it right. Now, try these 3 on your own. Take a second, pause the video, and try them on your own. All right, so 20 divided by 5 times 2. Again, left to right, 20 divided by 5 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Then you have 10 times 8 divided by 5 times 2. Again, left to right. 10 times 8 is 80. 80 divided by 5 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. And last but not least, 8 times 5 divided by 4 times 2. Going left to right, we know that 8 times 5 is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. And 10 times 2 is 20. I hope you got it all right. All right, so don't forget the key terms that we learned today. And also the key feature is that addition and subtraction are interchangeable. Multiplication and division are interchangeable. Before you process them, you have to go from left to right. All right, now I have a challenge problem for you. This one actually mixes both of them. You have 10 minus 3 times 2 plus 8 divided by 2. All right, we will unpack this problem on our part 2 video, but we are taking a step to clarifying how to really use PEMDAS. Hope this video was helpful. Thank you for all of you that show up. Now, again, if you have any questions, put it in the comments, and I will try to reply as soon as I can. But I hope this video helps, and I will see you on part 2. Thank you, everyone.